let's kick off with a view in terms of what current investment in Mozambique stands at from an American point of view.
Yes, our current investment at the moment is mainly in the offshore operation. You know, we have Anadarko here at the moment, and they are doing extremely well. One of the first pioneers. US investment was a little bit slow, but it's now picking up very quick. And we have definitely seen it here now in this coming to this conference that we just had. It was a total great success. A lot of interest from US companies to come here and negotiating already in the top level, and we are very happy with the interest from the US side.
So in terms of this conference this time round, what would you say were the greatest successes of it? What were the key outcomes that you were able to achieve this year?
Key outcomes we're still waiting for. There was a lot of interest in the energy sector, agriculture sector, tourism, and minerals. And I think minerals, Anadarko took a leading role also in keeping informing the U.S. companies here. There were a few also on energy, so we're still waiting. Companies are still here, negotiating with the different ministries also. And also after the last meetings of this morning, I think we definitely will have a very good output, but I can't give you the details yet.
Let's talk about Anadarko, of course, in Mozambique, because as you say, one of the most visible American investments that we have in the country right now, recently finding their 9th successive oil well and saying that there's potential for further oil, or further gas rather. What is the view in terms of the potential that Anadarko has in terms of finding new wells?
The view looks very well. It's actually above expectations. I spoke yesterday with the CEO, John Peffer, about it again. They keep on drilling, but again, I said it's above expectations, and not only with Anadarko, also the other companies as Statoil, Eni, and this is just the beginning. And we foresee a very great future, seeing Mozambique as one of the major gas exporters in the future. But it's definitely one of the priority countries for Anadarko at the moment.
As you say, a lot of competition in the sector for those reserves that we know are there, and as you say, a lot of potential. So what about the competition? Is it tough to get exposure to these wells?
Sorry, can you repeat that again? I didn't hear it well.
As you say, you've got the likes of Eni that's also exploring there. We know Sasol in South Africa also has exploration licenses. So how tough is the competition from an American point of view to get exposure in Mozambique right now to those licenses?
Competition is tough at the moment. You know, there's 2 projects. We have the northern part of Mozambique. They went for tendering. These concessions in this moment have been divided. There are some negotiations with Shell at the moment going. Who want to buy part of the concessions, but soon there will be another project that goes to the southern basin, and there we expect even to find more gas. And actually the biggest gas are supposed to be there. When that exactly we don't know. So for Anadarko, there are very good prospects to actually enlarge their production also, if they win these concessions.
Let's look at other areas of interest that you've mentioned. It's said by the Economist Intelligence Unit that agriculture is a hot sector right now. We know that there's been a lot of private sector investment in that. Is that a space that American investors would want to put money into?
Could be. We have here already, of course, Chiquita Banana already started here about 2-3 years ago. They're working close together with a local operation. As far as we know, that is going well. Was a very slow start from the U.S. We work with AGOA. AGOA did not work very well out also exporting to the States, mainly on cashew nuts. But the potential, of course, is massive here. The biggest problem we have in Mozambique is the issue of infrastructure. Yeah. That we have a more efficient infrastructure that puts products cheaper into the world markets. We're working on that at the moment. But from a potential point of view, absolutely it is interesting to look into.
As you say, and not an issue that's isolated to Mozambique. So tell us about some of the key infrastructure investments that American investors are putting their money into right now in order to get over that hurdle of getting goods to the markets.
Say that again, I didn't hear it well.
Tell us about some of the infrastructure projects that American investors are investing in right now.
Investors at the moment, they are looking at, we have of course the MCA project, Millennium Challenge accounts. $500,000 was lodged into the north. We're looking at construction companies. I do not know the names at this moment. I have to look it up for you, but that's where they follow up definitely also. We may be looking at a second compact for MCC, Millennium Challenge accounts. They're looking into energy. General Electric has sent several missions here, and I think also they're in the final phase of negotiating of coming in here. They're looking at investing in infrastructure and to set up or to be part of setting up the national electricity grid here for Mozambique.